There are some things out there you should really just leave alone, not get involved with whatsoever, and curses are good at teaching us those lessons. Unfortunately, that's always a lesson you learn the hard way when it's much, much too late. Sometimes, well, just about all times, a body is best left to rest. Ötzi, also known as the Iceman, is one such body that a number of people may have regretted discovering in 1991, deep in the ice and snow of the Alps between Austria and Italy. The body was in remarkable condition for its age, which is believed to be in the area of 5,300 years old. It was a monumental discovery. He is Europe's oldest known natural human mummy and provided an insightful look into the past. It's believed that Ötzi, who was named after the area he was discovered, was a hunter while he was alive, but all evidence suggests that he had met a violent end. It appeared as though he had been shot with an arrow before having his skull bashed in. If this contributed to the negative things that occurred after his discovery, no one knows. In the 13 years following the Iceman's discovery, a number of people associated with his discovery have died. The fastest one occurred just the following year when the man who put Ötzi into the body bag was killed in a brutal car accident on his way to a conference held to discuss information on the Iceman. Soon, the mountain guide was dead from an avalanche. After that, the man who filmed the Iceman being recovered was killed by a brain tumor. The man who actually discovered the body was later found lying face down in a stream after plummeting from a 300-foot-tall cliff. The head of the rescue team who found that man's body died of a heart attack an hour after his funeral. 5 people had died and questions were swirling in people's minds. The head of the Iceman investigation team at Innsbruck University, Konrad Spindler, denounced the curse, saying it was a load of rubbish. 6 months later, he was dead. And the final victim to date, who discovered human blood on the Iceman's clothes and weapons, died of a hereditary blood disease in 2005, a disease he was diagnosed with the year after the discovery of the Iceman. So whether a curse truly does exist or not, the real mystery lies within who Ötzi was and why did he meet his own untimely demise. The original Poltergeist films are seen as timeless classics in the realm of horror. A family known as the Freelings deals with ruthlessly evil hauntings that threaten the lives of their loved ones. But the horror didn't only exist on screen, but off screen as well. The famous trilogy is said to have had a part in the deaths of 4 actors within 6 years of the first movie. This included Heather O'Rourke, one of the staple actors in the entire trilogy, who played Carol Ann, the daughter of the Freeling family. Heather began to grow very ill and was misdiagnosed by doctors and prescribed incorrect medications that made her cheeks appear puffy, which could even be seen in the final Poltergeist movie. Heather never got to see the third film, as she went into cardiac arrest and died during surgery before it was released. Julian Beck, who played a frightening old man in the second movie, died of stomach cancer, and Native American actor Will Sampson, who also starred in the second movie, died from post-operative kidney failure. One of the most famous cases was the death of Dominique Dunn, who played the oldest Freeling child in the first film. She was brutally murdered by her boyfriend the year the first film was released. Some of the other actors involved in the Poltergeist movies would note that filming the movie was incredibly difficult, and some things would occur without any explanation, such as when JoBeth Williams, who played the mother in the trilogy, would return home and pictures on the wall would be crooked. She'd fix them, then return the next day only to see them crooked again. It was puzzling for some as to why such misfortune would envelop the production of these movies, but some of the mystery seemed to be solved when it was revealed that the skeletal props used in the movie were actually real human remains. It said Will Sampson blessed the set one day after filming to attempt to rid the production of evil spirits, but whether or not that made a difference isn't exactly clear. A 15th century silver Italian vase dug up from the earth on a man's property in 1988. Most people would feel that they had just hit the jackpot. That was until a small note inside would be discovered. The note read, "Beware, this vase brings death." Apparently, this didn't concern the man that found the vase, as he discarded the note and sent the vase to auction, and for it, fetched over $2,000. The story goes that the vase was once a wedding gift for a bride on the eve of her wedding near Napoli, Italy. But tragedy struck before the woman could be married, as she was murdered that very night before she had the chance to see her love at the altar. The vase was allegedly passed down through the family, bringing mysterious death in its wake. Eventually, the family boxed the vase away, and it hadn't been seen until it was unearthed in 1988 and sent off to auction. The vase continued to pass from person to person, and it was keeping up with old traditions. A pharmacist was the one who bought the vase from the auction. Allegedly, he was dead 3 months later. A surgeon then purchased the vase after that and died a couple of months later at the age of 37. An archaeologist eventually took interest in the vase, buying it, and died 2 months later. It supposedly even went to another person who also died before the vase was sent to police in an act of desperation, and the Basano vase has never been seen since, but it's believed it has been reburied in an undisclosed location. So what do you think? Would you challenge any of these curses yourself, or do you believe they're best left to rest? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to check out my other videos here, and of course don't forget to subscribe, because you won't want to miss what's next. And I'll see you next time.